Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Cam Jennings, aka Cam Fats, coming at you on behalf of EpicConversions.com. Hope you guys are doing amazing out there on this fine Thursday evening. Um, I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about, how to sell more stuff with, basically by improving your sales pages. And I don't I don't mean like improving your sales pages as far as like what it looks like, okay? Because that's not like the key to selling more stuff. Not really. Um, it's nice to have a kind of a fancy looking sales page, but you'd be surprised like how many fancy looking sales pages don't really sell much. They don't get a lot of sales. So I thought maybe I'd start this off and I just show you conversions on my last two. Well, let me do this. Let me share my last two sales pages with you. Okay. So just because I don't want you to think like I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sure most of you guys already know. I've been around for such a long time. I'm sure you guys know that I'm not just putting you on. But let me show you my last two sales pages. You can see this is podcasting for fun and profit, and you can see, guys, this is a pretty ugly sales page. There's not much to it. It's very simplistic. It's very simplistic. Um, you got the headline. You got a little subhead. You got a little subhead there. Um, you got a little audio that plays. You got a cover, price. We got some stuff here in the middle. And then we got, another buy button down here. Then we got the refund policy down here. So very simple, streamlined sales page. A lot of people say, "Hey, man, this is an ugly sales page." It's a lot different than other things you see on like the Warrior Plus network, and that's where this product is being sold through the Warrior Plus network, and this sales page is a lot different than a lot of other sales pages you see on that network. Um, Now here's another one that I just put out like a couple weeks ago. And do you notice it's similar, right? It's very similar. The design, the aesthetic, the concept is very similar. I changed this picture right here. Of course, I changed the audio right here. But the idea of it, the concept of it it's almost identical. It's the exact same theme, the exact same concept. Um, so how did these sales pages convert for me? So if we come over here to Warrior Plus, we can see that right now, as we speak, Podcast for Fun and Profit is still maintains a 15% conversion rate, which is pretty good. That's pretty good. Average sale, $9.80. We can see that Free Traffic Resources um, maintains a 17% conversion rate. Um, average visitor value, or I'm sorry, average sale, $12.48. Okay, so here's what you need to understand. Most of these, well, let me just say this. Obviously, oh, this one, I think it sold, I don't know how many, I think it was 172 units sold on this one. This one was like 502 units when I closed it. So I would say this one was a solid base hit. This one was a little better, right? It was probably, you could say this is like a double. If we're using baseball analogies, maybe a double, maybe halfway to third base. Like for me, like a home run is like 1,000 units, so that's pretty good. So 500, that's like halfway. That's like a double. So I think it's pretty good. But the point is not these numbers right here. Okay, this is not the point. The point is this number right here. And the reason why that's the point is because this conversion rate number right here, it kind of determines whether your sales page is connecting with the people that actually hit your sales page, right? Is there a disconnect on your sales page? Like, are you getting traffic and is that traffic being wasted? Right? If this number right here, this conversion rate, if it's too low, like if it's below 10%, that means if you're sending affiliate traffic and you're sending traffic from your own email list and this conversion rate is below 10%, that means you're kind of wasting your traffic, okay? There's some kind of disconnect on that sales page. right? There's something on there that's keeping people from buying. So ideally, if you're sending referred traffic, like affiliate traffic, and you're sending warm traffic from your email list, ideally you want this conversion rate above 10%. Okay. So how do you get there? How do you get your sales page up? How do you get the conversions above 10%? That's the question, right? When we look at my sales pages, they look ugly and yet they have really good conversion rates. Why? Is it because people like my glasses? Is it because they like my old baseball cap? No, it's not because of those things. Do they like do they like people who wear sleeveless t-shirts? Probably not. That's probably not the reason it's high. Um so uh listen, it starts like with an offer, right? A good offer, right? You got to have a good offer because if you have an offer that is good, then you can convert. You can convert pretty well, even if you have a bad sales page. Even if the sales copy is not that great, you can still convert pretty well. If you have a bad offer, then you can have really great sales copy, and it won't convert that well anyway. Okay, just because people don't like the idea of what that thing is. Um, Another idea of a bad offer is one that is confusing when they hit the sales page. Like in that first 10 seconds, did you just confuse them when they hit the sales page? Because if you did, like that offer is not being represented very well. It's going to lower your conversions. Because you know what happens? Like there's a fine line between someone being intrigued and someone being confused. You know what I mean? Like there's a fine line between someone just being confused. Because you know what happens? If people are intrigued, they stay. And if people are confused, they get mad and bounce. Right. So there's a fine line there. So, you're trying to intrigue people, but you're not trying to confuse them. So like to me, like I try to be a little bit more upfront and just boom, straightforward right at the beginning. Um, if I'm doing a PLR product where it's kind of utilitarian in nature, then I'm going to be a lot more just kind of straightforward. Here's what you're going to get. And look, you see it right here. Podcasting for Fun and Profit, an original 14 email newsletter on the subject of podcasting. It's kind of like boom in your face. Here's what you're going to get. But if this was an information product that didn't have PLR rights, if it was more like hinged, if it like was kind of anchored by kind of secret information, kind of like a secret style product, then it wouldn't need to be this in your face. It would just need to be more intriguing, right? And you see that a lot on Warrior Plus. You see a lot of blind sales pages. You see a lot of intrigue. Um, but I'll tell you, getting back to just conversion rates. Let me pull up like a simple little paint document. I'll show you guys. Um, a lot of people they try to go like kind of paint by numbers, and they try to use templates with sales pages, and like they try to like, oh man, I'm gonna get me a template, or I'm gonna have this AI write the sales page for me. Blah 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 blah. And what happens is like there's a feel to like the sales page and the sales copy, and like it needs to feel like genuine, you know what I mean? And not like just kind of like templated out. People kind of like get a sense for things that are not genuine. You're it takes real people to pull their credit card out and buy something from you. So you have to convince these real people that like you're a real person and you're genuine. Um, when it comes to the sales page, they're not looking at it as close as you're looking at it, right? They're not. You care about it. You're putting it all together. They don't care about it. The way a customer looks at the sales page, I'll show you. And I try to focus on kind of the way a customer sees it. But the way a customer sees it, and I think the way you should look at sales pages is this personally. I'm just gonna make this bigger so everybody can see it. Uh, this is my opinion. You're not gonna hear a lot of people talking like this. I mean, look, my ideas and my opinions are a little different than other people's, and I don't care. I mean, I'm kind of a disruption in the market, but I do pretty good. Just walking to the beat of my own drum, and I know it works, right? Because it's based in principles and ideas that just work. Because with sales page design, my friends, there's no rules. The only rule is it effective? Does it work? Because if you create something new with sales page design and with sales letter copy, and you create something completely new outside the box, and you start doing it and you're seeing results, guess what? Next year, they're going to be writing a book about you. And then like 5 years from now, that's going to be a standard. And now everyone's going to be copying you, right? There literally are no rules. I mean, there's some go bys and some things that have worked in the past, but you know what? All those things that have worked in the past, and all those things that are just kind of science, like the Ogilvy stuff, and we can go to some of the older stuff, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to start name dropping people. The point is, when you look at some of that older stuff, it worked fantastic for its time. The more people that copy it, and the more people that use it, and the more people that kind of just like bastardize it because they don't even know what they're doing, they're just templating it out, like the less effective it is because people see it and they see what they know what they're looking at, and it's not real, it's not genuine. Look, here's the way I see sales pages, okay? um I see it in three phases, right? I see captivation, I see the convincing, right? And I see the purchase, right? And that's it. That's it. There's three parts to a sales page: the captivation, the convincing, and the purchase. And I will show you the different parts. This up here, whatever you see, whatever the customer sees when they first hit your sales page, in the first 10 seconds, man, the first freaking 10 seconds that you're on your sales page, this part right here, this is the captivation. If you don't captivate people with this, you are wrong and you're going to lower your conversion rates. The first 10 seconds of this audio clip, captivation, right? Anything they see in the first 10 seconds, this yellow background, why is it here? It's here because it looks like a post-it note. And I don't ever remember looking at a post-it note and trying not to read it. Every time I ever saw a post-it note in my life, I thought I need to read that. And I read it. So that's why my backgrounds look like post-it notes, because I want people to read at least the headline, right? So that's why, but that's the captivation, the first 10 seconds. All this crap down here, this is the convincing, right? This is the convincing, the bullet points, the features, the benefits. It's the convincing, right? And then this right here, this buy button right here, and this buy button right here, that's the purchase. Now, if you got a conversion rate that's low, like 5%, and you think, man, how do I fix the conversion rate? What's wrong with my sales page? Is it the purchase? Is it the convincing? Or is it the captivation? Well, the purchase is just like, does checkout process work, right? Is your checkout process working, right? If it's working, then it's not the purchase. That's not the problem. Um, is it the convincing, right? The convincing is features, benefits, stories, whatever stuff in the middle. That's all like convincing, right? Probably shouldn't have used good old fashioned probably shouldn't have used the good old fashioned I probably shouldn't have used the good old fashioned. You know what, guys? Let's make it smaller, okay? Shall we? Let's make it a little bit smaller. Probably shouldn't have used the good old paint for this one. Probably should have went a little bit more fancy. That's okay. Features, benefits, stories, whatever the stuff is in the middle, that's the convincing. And I already told you, first 10 seconds, when they first hit the sales page. Now I'm telling you, my friends, I've been doing this for years. All right. I've flopped them and I've home runned them and I've first based them and I've second base. I've doubled them. I've tripled them, all manner in between with these product launches. And I can tell you, when my conversion rate is low, 9 times out of 10, when my conversion rate is low, this is the problem right here. Okay. That is the problem. So if you have people hitting your sales page and your conversion rate is below 10%, you are wasting traffic, and the disconnect is probably right here in the captivation. That headline, the first 10 seconds of your VSL, whatever it is, right there when they first hit, that's probably what they're disconnecting on. So Now, obviously, do your due diligence and make sure your checkout buttons work, okay? But I wouldn't spend too much time adjusting the convincing. Personally, I wouldn't spend a lot of time adjusting the convincing once you've already launched and you're getting traffic and you're bleeding traffic. You don't have a high conversion rate. I wouldn't adjust the convincing. You spent time on the convincing in the beginning. You don't need to adjust the convincing area of your sales page. As long as the purchase is working, you need to focus on the captivation. And that's the first 10 seconds of your VSL. That's whatever's at the top of the screen, whatever hits them in the face in the first 10 seconds. That's what's causing the disconnect. Okay. So if you do that stuff, you will absolutely, um, if you do that stuff, you will absolutely raise your conversion rates. Okay, that's what I'd say about that. That's one thing you can do. Now, does that help you get a bunch more traffic? No, but I will tell you this: when it comes to getting a bunch of traffic, a lot of people, they'll get a lot of traffic when they're running affiliate traffic, or they're running like, traffic from their list, but mostly affiliate traffic, right? When they're running affiliate traffic, they don't even realize, like, in the first 4 or 5 hours, they'll get a bunch of affiliate traffic, and then, like, it'll, like, drop way off, right? And they'll kinda wonder, like, "Man, what happened, dude, I'm not getting enough affiliate support." But, like, what happened was, in that first 4 or 5 hours, like, you were bleeding that traffic. Your conversion rate was low, and people sent traffic. They fired off an email, or they shot a video, or whatever, and then, like, it didn't convert for them, so they just moved on. Like, if it converts highly for them, you know, then they will be motivated to send another email out for you. They'll be motivated to maybe shoot another video for you if it's converting for them. If it's not converting for them, they're not going to do it. They're going to move on. So that is a bigger problem than I think a lot of people realize. They're wasting the traffic they are getting. Um, and if you can watch that conversion rate, and you can try to keep it above 10%, then you will take advantage of the traffic you are getting. And when you have affiliates, they'll notice that they are converting whenever they sell your stuff. So they'll come back and sell your stuff the next time. Um, so yeah, I mean, look, and like I said, guys, it's not as simple as just looking at the top products on Warrior Plus or wherever and saying, "Hey, I'm just going to copy that." It's not that simple, because just because you look like that, that doesn't mean your offer is the same as that, right? You got to have a good offer. And then you got to represent that good offer on your sales page. And 9 times out of 10, you're doing it with the captivation, and that's that first 10 seconds. So anyways, that's all I got, you guys. I hope this has been helpful to you. I'll be back. I've decided in 2022, I'm just going to launch on the 28th every month. I'm just going to be launching on the 28th. So I'll be back on the 28th in a couple weeks here with another product launch. And yeah, it'll be awesome. I'm just going to launch on the 28th every month of this year. And I'm going to launch at like 1 a.m. on the 28th, 1 a.m. Eastern time on the 28th of every single month. I'm going to be back with another PLR newsletter. Um, unless, people stop buying PLR newsletters, because I love writing them. So I'll just keep on selling them. And as long as people are buying them, then I'll keep on writing PLR newsletters for this year. That's the plan. Now, if I get like halfway through the year and people like aren't buying PLR newsletters anymore, maybe I'll adjust and sell something else. But whatever I do, I want to do PLR assets all this year. But yeah, the plan is 2-week newsletters all this year, and I'm going to do them on the 28th, man. So anyways, that's it for me, guys. I hope you have an amazing night, and I'll see you on the flip flop. Peace.